If you're recording video content virtually, these are my top tips to be able to maintain the highest possible video quality and audio quality during your recording sessions. Now, there's no secret, we're done away with the days of recording video through Zoom. Zoom is just not built for recording podcast video or your YouTube content. That was very popular starting off in like 2020 when the pandemic happened and everybody was sitting at home trying to record video content and make sure that it has high quality, but also using their webcams and their MacBook speakers and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Zoom. I use Zoom every single day for meetings and that sort of thing. And in fact, you can go back to some of my previous videos way before they were super high quality like this, and a lot of those were recorded through Zoom, especially my podcast, because it's such a universal platform. But there's other ways to do it. So the platform that I use is Riverside. Riverside.fm is fantastic for maintaining quality. Now, this is the important thing. You can record through Zoom in 1080 and that sort of thing, but the compression, it just doesn't look great. Riverside does a fantastic job of maintaining maximum quality, and I think that it can support up to 4K recording as well, and it just looks outstanding. And I do this for even guests. I have a podcast called the REI Marketing Weekly where I get guests on the show to talk about the marketing they're doing in their real estate investing business. And I'll have guests get on, and I try to prep people to make sure that they have the best quality video as well, because I want them to look good. So I do my best. However, you'll get people on that are still using their webcams, poor lighting and stuff like that, and it just doesn't look great. However, with Riverside, it can still look decent. So with Zoom, if they're doing it that way, it just doesn't look fantastic. And I'm not here to just shit on Zoom all day, but that's just the reality. And same thing for using, StreamYard and, Google Meet and all those other platforms. They're all great for their intended purpose, but for recording video content, Riverside to me is going to be the king of all of that. So I would highly advise you to check that out. It is like, if you're going to do it, I would say don't use the free version, use the paid version. I think you could do like the lowest paid version and still like that's the version that I'm on, and it still does a great job of handling everything. So it starts with the platform that you're recording to, and then it goes to the device that you're recording on. Now, if I were to switch this over to my webcam that I use for my meetings, you're going to see an insane difference. Like there's a massive difference, and it's not a good difference. So when I'm recording, I actually use a Canon EOS R. It's a high quality digital camera, and it looks great on video. Looking at my setup right now and how simple it is, so I'm going to try to explain it to you. So the first thing I'm utilizing is a tripod. Obviously, I have a tripod which my camera's sitting on. That's important. It's got to sit on something. Then I have my camera. Now, here's the thing. Get a camera. You can get a Sony camera, a Canon camera, Nikon, whatever it is. You could spend under $500 on a really high quality digital camera, and just make sure that it has an HDMI port on the side. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But that camera, you can utilize as your webcam, and it's going to look really great. It's going to feed into your Riverside or Zoom if you're going to do Zoom, or StreamYard or whatever platform you're using. And it's going to make sure that you can use the lens on your camera as the webcam, and it's going to do a great job of capturing that high quality video. So you're not using your MacBook webcam or your webcam that you have, your Logitech webcam that's plugged into your computer. So the next piece that you're going to get, which is going to run you about $100, but I promise it's 100% worth it, is the Elgato Cam Link 4K. So this device is basically a USB device that is going to allow you to plug your HDMI cord into the device and then into your camera, and then you plug that device into your computer, and it's going to let you utilize it as a webcam. So I've had plenty of people ask me, like, how do you get that high quality look? And I'm like, it's simple, honestly. Just keep it simple, guys. You don't have to, like I said, build a $20,000 recording studio, get all kinds of softbox lights around you and that sort of thing. If you get a good digital camera, it's going to adjust all of your lighting. I literally have my settings on automatic for everything, autofocus, auto exposure, and everything that goes into that, and it looks great. And then you could do a little bit of like exposure raising or decrease the shadows in your post-production, but for the most part, my editors really don't do that much because it already looks good. So the next thing you're gonna get is a light. Now, the lighting is important because this is going to improve the quality pretty drastically. Normally, I would tell people to face a window. Natural light's going to be the best form of light. If I did that right now and I'm literally sitting on a window, the sun is like beaming on my face. You don't want that. You want it to kind of just creeping into your window. So the device that I have, I'm going to actually unplug it, is this right here. So it has a little clamp. Hopefully it can focus. So it has a little clamp. I clamp it onto my desk, and it has this extending arm that has different settings that you can and brightnesses that you could set on the lighting. So that right there costs about 15 bucks on Amazon. So these are the handful of things that you could do, these tips that I'm going to tell you. Like, honestly, there's not really much else to it. If you focus on keeping it simple and you can build up from there, then that's cool. But I've been recording like this for a very long time and it works well. It's efficient. It doesn't, like, I can literally come in here, switch the camera on, switch my light on, and then start recording, and that's it. I don't have to fumble around with setting up all my softbox lights, setting up 4 different camera angles and that sort of thing. Obviously, all of that does add to quality and contributes to it, but don't start there. It's important to understand you got to start from somewhere. And you still want to start with a good quality camera and good quality video, and this is just how you do it. So hopefully that helps somebody today. If you have questions and you need more in-depth information, go ahead and leave a comment below, and I'd be happy to connect with anybody and help them get their setup going and that sort of thing. Love being able to connect with my community and the people that are watching my videos. So if you did get value out of this, make sure you subscribe to my show. Make sure that you leave a comment below, like this video, and share it with people. And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.